Okay guys, let's get into this video. I wanted to open up some crystals that I'm going to be using to do this aura here. I've had this thing for like 4 years, not even kidding, and it hasn't grown any further than what you can currently see here, because obviously all of the roots has maximized this vase. So it's really time to delicately remove these stones and get this puppy and a new vase right here. So we have some blue lace agate. And oh my gosh, it's so satisfying just touching them and just getting it all together. Oops, I lost one. But I love to get them tumbled. I just feel like they look so much prettier in the vase when they're tumbled. I actually haven't even tried doing whole stones. I don't know if it would be more expensive, but I feel like it would be. These crystals are like real and they are not cheap, but they are so beautiful and so just fun to play with, and I just love the sound of them. Just like love it. I'm just gonna turn these down just a little, just because I don't know how loud that is. I don't want to yell, but I do want to have a little something playing in the background. So So the blue lace agate stimulates the expression of what we feel in our hearts and think in our minds. And the agate is also a grounding stone, so when you need help feeling grounded in your body, this is like a good way to just calm your mind and kind of get you out of that space, that airy space, and helps you to feel grounded. So I really love that. And then you guys are probably super familiar with the rose quartz, because that is such a popular and beautiful stone. So let me show you guys a little bit of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. So we're going to try and do a little bit of that. I'm really loving the blue and the pink concept for this particular aura. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to also probably use these pretty clear marbles, because I do also use stones and marbles to help fill up the vases. If I fill these vases up with just these, you guys will be paying a whole lot more than 30, 40, 50 bucks for an aura. So I just want to be mindful and make sure that I not only make them beautiful, but make them affordable. Somebody's probably thinking, why the hell does she have a gavel? Because I'm the boss. So when I think things and I say things, like just to get that, you feel me, like it's set in stone, you feel me? So that's that. And my setup, I got some candles going. I got one of my business cards going. Oh my logo, we all like that. Got some selenite over here. We just want to have this here to help not only like give off that cleansing energy, but also to support the crystals here. I got my singing bowl. And I don't even know where the wand is for the singing bowl, but I also use my singing bowl to like put like the Palo Santo so I can burn that. So let's get a lighter and get that Palo Santo going here quickly. We got fire. So let's get that burning. Actually, I have one that's already been burning this one. So let's get some Palo Santo going. I just want to get that going. And as I'm burning this, I'm just breathing in and out. I got the window cracked just for some fresh air. Let's make sure we don't burn the acrylic, so we're going to go ahead and shake it a little bit. Just let it really get in there. Oh, I love the way that Palo Santo smells, way more than sage, even though I do love sage, but I just love this more. It's just sweeter, less harsh. I feel like sometimes sage can be a little bit like, you know, so I'm just going to put a little bit of a head covering on. It's important to protect your head when you're in spiritual mode. Alright. So these are like the bowls that I use to like, clean the stones and stuff. So I'm gonna be doing that. And I think we should open this too. I want to see what's in that box. I can't order so many crystals, y'all. Sometimes it's hard to crack. But I also want to take this opportunity just to talk to all of my followers, just because I feel like I just jumped into this whole TikTok space, and you know, for more than one purpose, to like make genuine connections with other people online, share pictures of like me and my friends, and we're just living life and having fun. Also, and probably even more importantly, just to use this as an opportunity to create some content to promote my business. I'm literally starting from the ground up with this stuff, you guys. So I just love some of these pretty bags that come with these crystals. Oh my god, this is the aquamarine, y'all. Oh, this is so cute. We don't need that box. I don't even think we need that tape. But these little velvety boxes. Oh, oh, this aquamarine is so pretty. These things are very expensive, you guys. I'm not even kidding. But they're so worth it. The crystals themselves, just getting a pound of these things can be pretty costly. So, but I just love them, and I love the way they feel on my hands. Oh, and they're gonna look even better inside this vase, honey. So doing like everything that I'm doing. Okay, we was talking a little bit about the Palo Santo, and one of the things that I don't like about the Palo is that it tends to go out quite a bit. So we're gonna relight it and figure out how we can keep it lit. Oh, it's still burning. It's just not burning off heavy like I wanted to. Alright, so we talked a little bit about the blue agate. As you guys know, the rose quartz is all about that heart chakra, all about receiving love, feeling love, healing heartbreak, you know, it's just that love stone. And then let's talk a little bit about the aquamarine. It pretty much represents like calming anger, like frustration, you know. It's like a stress relieving crystal, and it helps you to express your true emotions. So living in your truth, having a hard time expressing yourself, feeling frustrated. And sometimes we feel frustrated because we aren't able to express ourselves the way that we want to. Or like you think things in your head, and then when it comes out, like it's taken the wrong way and stuff like that. So aquamarine is like a really good stone to help support like that in terms of like communicating and just, again, being honest and truthful about how you feel about whatever it may be. Maybe I should burn like, I don't know, all of these mugs. But again, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about me and like why I'm even doing this. These last couple of years have been super trying in terms of like shifting me in like this next phase of my life. I've been like working in corporate America and climbing my way to the top to obtain like my piece of the American dream and all these things that we're like conditioned to feel like we need to do. And during COVID, like everybody had to start working from home. Most of us that worked in like corporate offices and stuff like that, we started to work from home, and you know, that was, so I'm not even going to start cleaning the crystals yet because I'm already getting into my story and I want to talk to you guys. So we're just going to wait to do that part, and then we're just going to focus on trying to get this aura gently out of this vase. So anyway, COVID hit. I started working from home at the job that I was already at for like 5 years. And the whole year went by quick as hell, you know? From that to George Floyd. And then George Floyd was like hell of a big deal because I live in Minneapolis, and it happened on the side of the town that I literally grew up on and went to high school at. And so that was a big thing outside of this COVID, you know, just dealing with like seeing another black man get killed right here in the city we live in. It's just like, ah. But anyway, so all that was going on. And my employer of 5 years, where I grew at to become an account manager and to manage different Blue Cross Blue Shield health plans, and kind of working my way up from like just being like a general phone rep and being able to help support like the C-suite side of the business. You know, super excited about being able to do that, because not only was I able to get a promotion at my job, but I finally like found myself in a position to be able to like make some real cash, and I ended up buying a house in the city. Nice single family home in Minneapolis. And with all that said, okay, this thing has water in it, guys, so I'm just gonna like cheat a little and like pour the water in here. And as I'm pouring the water, I'm gonna try to gently get these rocks out. So long story short, it ended up being like a mutual agreement for me to leave my job after 5 years because of COVID. You know, it was challenging a lot of people and like pulling people apart about like being vaccinated, not being vaccinated, like people playing the blame game, you know, trying to blame other people as to like why, you know, the disease was spreading and all this kind of stuff. I want to try to salvage as much of these roots as I possibly can. So I lost some of them, but wow, look at that. Okay, so we gently got the aura out. And I felt like I was like being challenged at my job and that I was being treated a certain type of way because I was not ready to go into the vaccination clinic. Like I felt like it all had just happened so suddenly, and all of a sudden, you know, everybody's like being, you know, fearified. Like, you know, you plant fear in people and get them to make like rash decisions, you know, or irrational, you know. It just was based on a lot of fear, and I just didn't feel like it made sense for me to act at that time. And it just didn't sit right with some of the people that I work with, and it caused a lot of confliction. And it just made sense. It was a mutual agreement that I leave, and I was happy to do so because like the 7 weeks that I spent there with people knowing my vaccination status was just ugly and nasty and disgusting, and it just made sense for me to leave. And it was something that I dreamt about, that I prayed about, and it happened. So fast forward, I think I lost my job in 2021. I think it was like November 2021 or something like that. So by December, I already was getting people reaching out to me about work, and I ended up getting a role and starting at a new company that's based out of Canada, still doing account management. But at that time, I was managing a Shopify account through the Canadian employer. And so that was really fun, just to be able to kind of do that. And it was super fast paced, and it was like super challenging. And I really enjoyed doing that. They were working my ass like a dog, though. Not even on front. I mean, it was getting to a point where I was thinking like, oh my God, my mental health, you know, my sleep, my family, my kids, like, is this even worth it? Like, you know, I want to make good money and I want to have good status in the world and, you know, have my feet planted solid on the ground. But like, this thing is like taking a toll on me, this job. All of a sudden, I get called into a meeting and I'm getting laid off. And you know when things are like the right thing. Because just like when I ended up leaving my job that I was at for 5 years, and it was a mutual agreement that I leave with my severance and all that good jazz, I felt like a weight had been lifted off of me. I'm going to go wash these real quick. I felt like a weight had been lifted off of me. That I wasn't stuck in a job that I wasn't really happy at. Like there was some days where, you know, I was like on the verge of crying, you know, because it was just so stressful and unorganized, and it just wasn't feeling like an organic space. Organic spaces, you don't feel like that. You feel, even if it gets challenging, you still make fun and you're enjoying, you know, getting through the challenge. But, you know, this was starting to take a toll on me mentally. So it was just crazy how the universe worked in my favor with, you know, laying me off. I was like, wow, as soon as I thought about being laid off, I immediately thought about my auras because 2021, no, was 2021? I'm sorry, y'all, but the years is just overlapping. 2021? No, it was May of 2022 before I got laid off. I had made about 25 auras for the season of Mother's Day. And, you know, I tell you, like, all of those things sold. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is just something that I wanted to do for fun, just to see if I can sell them. And, you know, whatever. And so I did. And it was a hit. So when I got laid off later on that year, last year, I was like, immediately thought about going back to my auras. Like, ooh, like, let me see what I can do with this while I'm kind of taking this time to like rejuvenate myself, because they burnt me out at that job. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was so burnt out. So I was like, let me just take the opportunity to rejuvenate myself and focus on something that I really enjoy. And I thank God and I thank the universe that I'm in a position to be able to just take that break. Because sometimes, like, as moms and as parents and as responsible adults, we got bills to pay. We don't always have time to just take that time away. So I thank God that I'm in the space to be able to just take the time to focus on this, my creative space. Alright, so I'm going to clean these, and I said that I was going to use some rose quartz as well because I wanted to do sort of this like pink and blue. Love it. I don't think we're going to use the aquamarine today. We'll save that for another aura. Y'all order something on the site, improvemyauras.com. I'm sure I got an aquamarine out there. And so if you're interested in that crystal or that type of aura that has that crystal in it, oh my goodness, look at this pretty velvet bag. I just love these. So cute. This is some red jasper. So cute. Okay, I'm going to go clean these and I'm really getting into it. So, I got laid off, discharged, whatever the hell you want to call it, from my job with the Canadian folks. And like I said, I just felt like that job was already burning me the hell out. 2 people within the department that I worked in had already like left, you know, on their own merit. I think it was 3 actually. And one dude might have started and was there for like a week or 2. He saw how chaotic shit was at the company and he was just like, I'm out. You feel me? And so me and the chick that had, you know, continued to stay there, both got laid off. Both black. Okay. And the 2 that stayed were white. Not trying to be funny. Okay. But yeah, they were good enough to stay. I guess we want. But somebody that I talked to within the company told me that it wasn't based on merit because there were a lot of people that were in higher roles and whatnot and actually had really good performance. And I'm not saying that I didn't. It's just always a question in my mind, like what drives someone to lay somebody off? Like how do you, I'm sure that's a hard decision for a company to have to lay off 50 something people, but whatever. Either way, it was a gift to me. It was a gift to me. And I feel like the universe know what they be doing. All the ancestors, all the angels, God, all that. I mean, all of this is just meant to be. So here I am. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it here. I feel like I should wash this because it's like dusty. Yeah, I'm going to go wash this too. Alright, so we got that washed. So, folks, basically what I'm trying to say from just like that little part of the story is like when things seem to be bad, they may not be bad. They might actually be pointing you in a direction that you're supposed to be going in the first place. And maybe where you were wasn't for nothing. Maybe there was something that you needed to learn about yourself, you know, learn about a bit, like how to handle business, like whatever skill, whatever positive that you can take from a negative situation. I encourage you to do that because a lot of things are going to come your way. It's going to seem bad. And if you just focus on the fact that, oh my God, I got laid off from my job, boo-hoo, instead of looking at this like, wow, this is an opportunity for me to like step into my creative space and, you know, do my own thing, you know, starting from like ground zero. So I immediately got to work, you know. Started creating an LLC and going, you know, and doing all the credentials. Found somebody to do my logo. Started gathering like reviews from different people that I had already sold auras to. No, we're gonna let it kind of come up right about here. So we're not gonna put it in right now because that's gonna look crazy, you know. I've actually never had a swirly one go down that far, and I feel like that would smother it. So let's just do it like right about here. I hope you guys can see that. Okay. So anyway, I started getting all of my credentials together, like getting all of my shits together, setting up started like trying to build some following on like TikTok, and you guys have been great because I'm already over 1,000 followers and I haven't even been like on there for that long, to be honest. I originally set up my TikTok for my dog, Bella, and you might even see some of Bella's, videos sort of like towards the bottom of my page. And that's a whole other story about why you don't see Bella in any of the recent videos. I'm going to just cut to the chase. The girl bit somebody. And she was just a puppy, but she was a Connie Corso. I think she actually had some faults. I think whoever breeded her might have breeded her with like a pit bull. I didn't get papers on her like we usually, you know. I bought it from somebody that I knew, so I trusted them in a sense. And it was a beautiful dog, especially as a puppy. So I was like, I want her. But long story short, after having her for about a year, she ended up biting like a kid. And she bit the kid in the lip. And she had been around. I have kids, you know, in my house all the time. My own kids and nephews and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn, you biting dog, like biting kids and shit. Like, I can't trust you, you know? You gotta go. And like, that was the dog that I had got when I was in a relationship too. So that was another reason why I was like, yeah, I gotta get rid of this dog, because I need to detach from this breakup, and having her with me is not helping at all. So I ended up getting rid of her. It was hella sad. Like, me and my daughter were just sitting there like at the door crying when they came and got her. And I'm the one that called the people owner. You know, I called them owner, but I had to, like, girl, you cannot be biting nobody, you know? Let me see if it's time. Yeah, I think it's time now to put that. So anyway, now I got a cat. And I feel guilty, like I can't even post about my cat, you know, because I still got videos of my fucking dog on my Snap, on my TikTok. So I was like, I can't even post about my dog, you know, because people be looking at me like, what happened to the dog? Now you like, I don't know, I just feel like it would just, y'all know they had to put my dog down, of course. Like, she bit somebody, and usually like when dogs, you know, show that sign of aggression, they don't feel comfortable like putting the dog in another home, of course. So yeah, she got put down, y'all. Alright, we're gonna go back in with another layer of blue agate, and then we're gonna stabilize this aura for real. Oh, look at that. It's really coming together. I'm already in love. Look at that. Aura is stabilized, and we got our layers, baby. Okay, we got our layers. Our aura is stable enough. Shit. I'm really having to pack it to the top, because that really helps keep it stable, especially for like the swirly ones. Like, if they're straight, sometimes I don't care if they lean over to the side a little bit, but I'm like feeling this. This is pretty. And look at that. You can see the rose quartz. You can see the blue agate. I really love doing it with the clear marbles, because it just acts as that layer, and it just doesn't take away from how beautiful it is. And the water acts as a magnifier, so notice, like, you can see them so much better when the water's added. But yeah. So anyway, that's a spaz-ass story about kind of where I'm at in my life. What sort of led me to create these. I really feel like they're very purposeful, because they're just physically gorgeous, and the stones give off the right energy. And every time anyone buys, and this is not something that I advertise on my website, but I will share here, I do include a piece of Palo Santo so that you can set your affirmations and your intentions with you know, sort of the whole reason around you buying these. Like maybe there's a goal that you want to reach, or maybe there's something internally that you want to channel and you want to work on. And this is just a physical reminder of that. And as you see the aura grow and in your Good Luck Bamboo grow, you can kind of look at that and see the growth within yourself over time. So I will also include a smaller version of this selenite. Okay, and those will be your 2 free gifts along with any size aura that you purchase. For this particular size, I believe these are going for $44.44 on my website. So, yeah. Tap in. Spaz Ass Story, like I said, I am just kind of getting into making this content for my website and my YouTube, and just to build a following and hopefully a community that's focused on, you know, what it means to be tapped into positive energy and those vibes and just healing. Like, I know a lot of people might feel a little defensive, like, healing? I don't need no healing. But we all got shit that we need to work on, and growth is everlasting. You never stop growing. And when you do, you usually find yourself stagnant or repeating the same patterns over and over again. So please don't feel like, you know, you don't need to work on yourself, because you do. And again, why not have something like this sitting on your desk or on your fireplace mantle or in your kitchen or wherever, just to remind you of that. Gorgeous.